The service industry isn't the only business facing upheaval right now. Retailers are straining to keep your business. A lot of them now moving online to stay afloat. And now one major online retailer is looking to make a massive hiring effort. Alex Osiris is on your side tonight, taking a closer look.
Empty parking lots just like this one, brick-and-mortar stores closing up for now in response to coronavirus, directing their traffic online.
I'm sure as well they're seeing a temporary surge right now that will probably level off in the future.
Market Compass LLC founder Amelia Bordeaux, she spent 15 years on Wall Street and now as a business expert says online shopping is going to have to fill the void as stores wait out COVID-19. But she says it doesn't necessarily mean a steady stream for companies.
When people stay home and they buy, or they kind of hoard buy, like you're seeing things going on in grocery stores and pharmacies, that can take spending away from the future.
A double-edged sword, Bordeaux says, one that may have long-term impacts.
Future working patterns and future spending habits, how we shop, to change a bit.
Noted by Amazon, which this week announced it's looking to add employees, potentially 100,000 people to keep up with demand. Added to that, a temporary wage hike for its hourly workers.
I think any company or small business that can hire right now, that's amazing news, and it's really a bright spot.
Ahead at 5:30, the volatile market and what it could mean for your nest egg. Bordeaux weighs in on that. Reporting, Alex Osiris, First Coast News, on your side.